What a crazy watch, guys. That's why I love independent watchmaking. Hello, welcome to Swiss Watch and welcome to another review. Today on the channel we have an unboxing. Probably the coolest box I've seen in a while and definitely the coolest on the channel. We're gonna talk about a brand today which I dearly love since many years. It's one of the brands which sparked my curiosity for independence back when I started reading about watches. I'm super happy to show it to you guys and I hope you'll enjoy it. Let's open up the jaws of this box. Here we go. Today we're going to talk about the MB&F HM10 watch. It's nicknamed the Bulldog. The earliest memory of an MB&F watch I have is the HM3 jewelry piece, which was made with the collaboration with Boschon, and it was full of precious stones and it looked like a big owl. Again, MB&F is known for crazy timepieces, incredible shapes, and just watches you never saw before. The name MB&F stands for Maximilian Büsser and Friends. In the past, watch brands, didn't really disclose who they work with on the movements or the cases or the design. But Max's goal was to, be transparent and to basically give a platform to those people who helped him create these machines. This was also the main idea when he was appointed the managing director at Harry Winston Rare Timepieces in '98. For hardcore independent fans, the Opus line by Harry Winston. It was the beginning of, showcasing independent creators and giving them a big platform to sell their watches on. They work with creators such as F.P. Journe, Antoine Prezioso, Vianney Halter, Felix Baumgartner, Gröbel Forsey, and many, many more. My favorite Opus watch is the Opus 11. I never saw it in person. I don't even know if it really exists, but I would love to see it one day if I get the opportunity. So if anybody knows a guy who knows a guy, let me know. In 2005, Max decided to go entrepreneur mode and launch his own brand. After only 2 years of planning and existence of the brand, he launched his first watch, the HM1. It has a central tourbillon and sub-dials for the time indication. It was one of the most avant-garde designs also at that time, and again, for many a collectible piece. Peter Spickmarin, Eric Giroux, and Laurent Bess were just one of a few people involved in the HM1 project. The thing I like about MB&F the most is that there's no limit in design. If you check out the HM collection, you will see that from HM1 up to the HM10 we have here, every model is a different case. The goal for Max is to create one different watch per year, and so far he's been doing it, which is really hard to achieve if you think about the elaborate designs he creates. HM stands short for Horological Machines, and today we're going to talk about the latest one, the HM10. Every horological machine has a nickname, and this one is Bulldog. The story goes that when Max was traveling in Japan, he thought of the idea of, a dog waiting for his owner to return home. So when you turn the watch on the side, you can actually see that it resembles a sitting dog. Here you have the back legs, you have the extended front legs, you have the bulging two eyes on the front, the brain, and the jaws on the bottom. For the people who know MB&F already, they will see some resemblance from older models. So for example, the time indication, which is here actually in two aluminium domes, left side for the hours and the right side for the minutes, we saw already in the HM3 Frog. Flying balance wheel we saw in the LM1, which is short for Legacy Machine 1. The backplate of the dial, if we can call it like that, where you can see the MB&F logo, is ruthenium plated and vertically brushed. You can also see a few openings where you can see the wheels turning. The double crowns, which sit on the hips of the Bulldog, resemble the collar which you can see also on the box. And they're both used for a different function. The right crown is used for setting the time, and once you put it out to the first position, you will see how the aluminium domes are start moving. The other crown is used for winding this watch. This model features a manual winding movement with a 45-hour power reserve. So how do you know if the watch is fully wound or not? When the jaws are fully open, we have enough power reserve. When the jaws are clinched together, the watch is empty or running low. The finishing on the jaws is beautifully made. We can see the teeth are mirror polished and the rest of the jaws is kind of like a micro blasting. Let me now also show you the case spec. You can see it has a beautiful opening. The movement is ruthenium plated, that's why you have this dark gray color, and features a cottagene finish and beautiful anglage. Below the movement here you can also see a quote which represents this model, which says, "Forget the dog, beware of the owner." The other descriptions say HM10, and here you can see that this watch is made with 18 karat rose gold and titanium. So the rose gold is pretty obvious, it's the majority of the case, and the titanium we have the lugs. The lugs are also a piece of art. You can see they're skeletonized and polished from all sides. On the bottom of the case you have the Bulldog name inscribed on it. MB&F watches is something you either love or hate. Me personally, I'm definitely in love with them. One of my favorite things about this watch is the three-dimensionality it has, and in particular, the two domed crystals on the top and the bottom. Although the case design is very crazy, MB&F still finished the watch perfectly. As you can see, the top of the case is vertically brushed. We have polishing on the side, and the polishing also goes on the arched bridge which holds the balance wheel. Again, for a case this complex, hats off to the MB&F team for finishing it this well. Let me now show you how this watch looks on my wrist. A very cool piece, which I'm super excited to try on. The watch features a double deployment clasp, and you can see the betal X, which MB&F is also known for using in some of the winding rotors on the buckle. It's beautifully decorated and partially skeletonized from the side and also on the top. It's made out of rose gold like the case is. Turning the wrist around, you can notice the little jaws of the Bulldog here, and also how tall this watch is. The height of this watch, due to the domed crystals, is 24 millimeters. It definitely doesn't fit under my cuff, but with a watch like this, why would you hide it? The width of the case is 45 millimeters and the length is 54 millimeters. Just for reference, my wrist size is 18.1 centimeters. I really love how this watch looks on the wrist. I would definitely rock it, and I would not be afraid to get a few glances along the way. Owning a horological machine is definitely a dream of mine. I'm just not sure which ones to pick because all of them have, something which I really like. Maybe this will be the one. I like the idea of the HM10 because it combines the legacy machine and the horological machines with the dome time indication and the flying balance wheel. So you basically get two models in one, so to speak. The only reason I don't own a horological machine from MB&F yet is the price tag. As you can imagine, a intricate, art piece like this doesn't come cheap. The price of this rose gold version is $120,000 US. If you have a bit less money, you can go for the fully titanium one, which costs you around $106,000 US. You'd be surprised how comfortable this watch feels on the wrist. The lugs are bent down, which means it follows the ergonomics of the wrist. Also, the bottom sapphire crystal is shaped in a way so it hugs the wrist nicely. When I went to pick up this watch in Geneva, I actually went to the Met Gallery. It's something I advise you to go visit if you have the opportunity to. There are a few around the world. The Met Gallery is Max's interpretation of a watch boutique. You can buy, of course, MB&F watches in there, but also other kinetic sculptures and art pieces from all around the world. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about MB&F watches and which is your favorite one. Also, leave a like and comment this video, it really helps out the channel. On the side we have a photo of a watch we review next week. I'm not sure if you can guess this one right. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.